Hi, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. This is going to be a reading, an intuitive reading for July 2025 for really anyone drawn to the channel, but you could find that it resonates for you if you have prominent Libra or even Cancer placements in your chart. You could find that those placements in particular resonate. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, even Jupiter. So you could find that. This is generally a Libra channel, but we're getting a lot of Cancerian energy now. Happy birthday to the Cancers out there. I have a lot of Cancer in my chart, including my ascendant, and so that's an energy that I seem to be very connected to. You'll notice all the water here with my table and everything. But okay, so I do have another channel. You can check that out below in the comments or something if you're interested in your other signs, but we're not here really for that. We're just going to tap into July 2025, and I'll do a reading over there as well. This is going to be an interesting month. For a long time, I've been getting late July clairaudiently. Those of you who watch me know I get a lot of information clairaudiently, and often it connects with my audience, and you can see that in the comments. But let's see. I've been getting something about just late July in general, but I've been hearing it for like almost a year. So there is something really important about late July. I have mentioned it before on the channel, but I wasn't really tuning into it because it was kind of far off. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like I'm focused on whatever reading I'm in. But there is something about late July. I do want to let you know I am about to share a lot of psychic messages, intuitive downloads that I have been receiving. So if that's not your thing, like if you don't want to hear about connection to the world, like, even somewhat worldly events, predictions, like you probably, this isn't, you might want to skip ahead to the part where the reading actually starts with the Oracle and tarot card, the tarot. Hey, that's a good one. Tarot reading. All right. So, I'll put a timestamp below so you can just jump right to it if you don't want to hear what I received, psychically during my automatic writing. So I will say I'm going to start out with not just the late July, but on June 9th, 10th, right around midnight when it was about to be June 10th. I'm in Eastern Standard Time zone. I loudly heard Caspian Sea. So I don't know what it means. As any of these messages, don't know what it means. Only take what resonates. Not here to alarm anybody. That's not what I do here. You'll even see I don't do clickbait titles or any of that. Like, that's just not me. So I'm not here to instill fear. I'm actually giving these messages as a way of helping us remember that no matter what's going on, we are all connected. We are tapped in, tuned in, and some of us go a little deeper than others. And it's important too that whatever's going on around us, that we tap into what brings us peace. Because I did receive that as a channeled message as well, and I'll get into that in a moment. But I thought I would just put it out there and share what I've been receiving. So I'm sure a lot of you have been receiving a lot of psychic messages as well, and maybe jot them down because you might be surprised at how they do align eventually. So aside from late July, I did get Caspian Sea. I'm going to be honest, I didn't get a good feeling. So there's that. Okay. I'm not going to dwell on it, but just when it hit me, it literally felt like it hit me. I did not get a great feeling. I had to look on a map for the Caspian Sea. I couldn't remember. I mean, yes, I passed high school and I went to college. Yes. Okay. But I couldn't remember where exactly the Caspian Sea was, like what lands border it. So I looked. So maybe you want to look as well. I'm not going to get into a lot of political stuff here. I will tell you what I heard though. So I did hear that, and I also heard with it, it was somehow connected to Sedna. Now I had to remind myself what Sedna was. I looked that up, and at first I had it spelled wrong, but then when I found it, it's Sedna, Sedna. It's a dwarf planet, and it's number 90377. So that looked like a zip code to me. Started with a 9. I was like, probably West Coast. So that made me then look whose zip code is that, and it's Inglewood, California, in LA. So that's like, there were, at the time when I looked that up and got the information, one thing led to another, and I realized that there were actually protests there and military at that time. So I found that just to be very interesting. I had been feeling quite unsettled for a few days before that. And since something was like off, I'd been feeling literally like the ground shaking. Turns out then there was like, and I actually had heard at one point Peru, then there was like this earthquake in Peru. So again, this was a couple weeks ago that I was hearing stuff. When I was thinking about earthquakes, I did hear Utah. So I'm just, again, reporting the intuitive news here. Or as one of my viewers put, which I really liked the expression, intuitive intel. So thank you for that. You know who you are. I don't want to call anybody out, but you know who you are. So this was very close to the Sagittarius full moon that was happening, and Jupiter had just gone into Cancer, for those of you who are into astrology. So I was kind of like working on that, and I do have my moon in Sag and Jupiter in Cancer. So I was like, I'm feeling very intuitive right now. I might want to be sharing some of this with people, but I did again. Then I wrote in my notes, maybe late July again. Then yeah, I heard also intuitively something about Sedna and water. So then when I looked that up, I realized that Sedna is the planet of the goddess of the Arctic Sea. So again, just very, very interesting. You know, very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I did get, I heard, oh, this was on 6/19. I heard, again, believe it or not, I heard late July. I heard Noriego or something along those lines. I heard Vincent. I heard Lieutenant Army. I heard like I heard again. I wrote, yeah, like Caspian Sea or Cap Sea. The name Foster. I heard fuego, which is fire in Spanish. Again, I had to look that up. And I heard something about like submarine, so things being underwater. For a while, not necessarily connected, I've been hearing Japan. If you go back to some of my readings, I mean, it would be very hard to find them because I do so many readings, but I've been saying Japan for a while now. And I also did get Philippines. So, but what I was getting with Japan, I let myself go into that a little bit more. And I was getting like seismic activity, energy pressure. I heard a town or a place that started with an N. Okay, like Nika, Nank, something. I don't know, but what was prominent was an N, an N sound, and then a K, like a K. So I looked, and interesting. I'd been picking up on like underwater seismic activity is what I wrote. Seismic activity, pressure, and I heard. Let's see, what did I write? Oh yeah, it was like when I looked it up, I did see that there's a Nankai trough as well as like Nagoya. So I don't know. There could be a connection to either of those places for like underwater stuff happening and coming up. I have been getting a lot of well, some words they gave me the other day, which I'll share in a minute. And I'm wondering, like, I don't even know how all of this is connected to each thing. So that's why I'm putting a timestamp, because if you're not interested in this, I completely understand. But I did hear stuff about more earthquake stuff, maybe unrelated, but I did hear Illinois, Chicago. They gave me an image of a clown costume and like a parajumper. So I found that interesting. I was given the message, get organized. And then I heard, Alabama, I heard Wichita, I heard Nebraska, I heard Paulette or Pollutant. I didn't know. And then I heard Utah, I heard Horatio, Lithuania. I heard Acosta, which actually is a person. So that was interesting. And then there was also, I keep hearing the name McBride, and I don't know why. And the only thing I can think of is like, what, Martina McBride? So either the name Martin, Martina, or McBride, or something, some combination of those could mean something. And then also, one thing so those of you who regularly watch me, I was picking up on taco. So I don't want to get political here, but what's interesting is at one point I was like, oh, someone's eating tacos. Maybe you're eating tacos. I'm picking up on taco. And then in one of my videos a few months ago, I did say it's a name. It's like a name of somebody. Maybe you had a cat or a friend that was nicknamed Taco or something. But then when I Googled who is Taco, unfortunately, what came up was, yeah, that's like a real name people are calling somebody right now, a prominent figure in our government, which I will not get into here. But I found that to be very interesting. So again, I guess I'm sharing this to let you know that we are all connected, and pay attention to the signs and messages you're receiving. Other things I picked up on were something about power generator. This was when I did your reading on the summer. I did the reading for the new moon in Cancer, which just posted 2 days ago. I did that reading on the summer solstice. So then things happened over the weekend, which were big and ugly. And yeah. So anyway, what I heard was something about like a power generator, some place that was like a lot of power, like an actual, like a place. I heard that. I heard look for signs of peace overarching everything. I heard cosmic harmony. That's actually connected to dodecahedron. So sacred geometry might be something you're looking into or may find coming into your life now. I did hear stormy. I heard palms. I heard atlas. I heard massive turning point. Again, I heard fuego. I was given Paris or Perus, Persia, maybe Persian or something even. I heard, but that doesn't mean they're connected, but that's like, I just write down like kind of the order I hear stuff. Something is by design. So just know whatever happens, this is by design. I think it's connected to something like, yes, it will be stormy. I even wrote high tide. Something may be dormant, but something may then lead to black water. So whatever that means, black, I don't know if black water is a place or if water is going to be dark or something, or maybe it's connected again to that like underwater stuff that I'm picking up on. So there's that. But again, something's like in the eye of the beholder. So their perspective is really important. I was getting something about chemicals. Chemical reaction is what I wrote. If you listened to my reading on Tuesday, you would have heard that. I did hear shapeshifter. Something's changing shape. I heard sunshine. It did make me feel a little bit like Florida. Oh, at one point I was getting Horatio too. It makes me think of like some kind of just something in connection with Florida. So I don't know what else. Something that could be very surprising, weather-wise or otherwise. I was given database. They also gave me trellis. I heard in that one too, flip side, slip and slide, upside. Then I heard landslide. And I did hear something about like a pattern, a climbing pattern, an escalating pattern, or something about patterns, like looking for patterns. And again, looking for signs of peace too. So there is this, it keeps going back to that. Look for signs of peace. This is actually, there's cosmic harmony, although it may not look like it. And we're going to be given our like shown a direction in some way. And I did this other last thing. I don't know if I didn't already say it. I heard Noriego or Norigo, something. Again, it's a place, and maybe it's connected to late July, and maybe it's connected to Japan. I don't know, but I was hearing all of that. I thought I'd share it. One other thing, when we're tuning into July. So let's see. This reading will start then at 14 minutes. So when I tune into late July, July, there it is again. When I tune into July for the Libra Collective, I did hear a personal issue reaches a resolution. That's what came up in your reading for the 2025 forecast. It was marked as like a turning point kind of energy, something big. The energy you pulled, the happiness card came out, the High Priestess card, and the Moon card. Very intuitive energies, and like amazing, because when I think of July, I think of the High Priestess, I think of, the Moon, and I also think of the Chariot even. So, like Cancerian energy type cards, but I think it's more of a really paying attention to, again, how we're connected universally And again, looking for signs of like hope, and also looking, and tuning into what makes us happy, what makes us really truly happy at a core level. And that regardless of what's going on, we can always tap into our own joy, our own inner knowing. Okay, with the moon and the high priestess, like let's not let fear get the best of us, right? Tapping into our inner knowing, our inner joy, get centered, get grounded, and connect with nature as much as possible. So wow, I know that was a lot. And so tarot reading, okay, now I'm going to say the tarot reading starts at, we'll say 15:25. So let's get us some oracle cards. And if you liked those kind of messages, please do let me know. All right. And we have Charity here. And this is a Cancerian energy, card 4. What do you know? You may be feeling as though giving, or the name Charity could mean something. I'm also getting something about harp or harper. Well, they literally have a harp, but it's interesting because I heard harp or harper before that. So there's that. Yeah, Cancerian energy. We'll see what all of this means. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun Oracle. I'll list all the decks below. And you have, affair. Okay, card 5, Leo energy. So there could be something about that Cancer Leo cusp. I guess that would be what, late July? Yeah, late July. I don't know. It's like I keep getting that time period. So what else do we have? We have adaptability. So this is the moon in Pisces here, card 3. Yeah, I really need to. I'm getting something about like with things being so pressurized, needing to balance it all. And maybe even like you feeling, maybe your equilibrium's feeling kind of funky. Or I know the solar flares are really affecting me. I was having this strange kind of vertigo, and I don't know. There's just so much going on. But obviously never assume that any symptoms you have are not medical. So get medical treatment, get help, rule that out first and foremost before you just assume something is, spiritual. Because as spiritual as I am, I'm also like, I make sure that I take care of my health with health professionals, right? However that may be, naturopath or, family nurse practitioner, whatever it might be. So we also have Quarrel here, Cancer energy. Oh, okay, Mars and Cancer. It says, okay, card 4. Emperor, like energy, but like the downside of Emperor, like the reverse side of Emperor. So I feel like somebody's going to have to give here. Something's going to have to, in a certain situation where you may feel that there's conflict, someone may not be wanting to let go of power or authority. That is certainly coming in here for July. What else do we have? And so anything I say, it can either connect to, the grand scheme, the grand stage, or something in your life. So take it how it resonates for you. All right. And I generally try to avoid any sort of geopolitical talk and things. When the energy's here, though, I'm going to state it, but I've really kind of avoided that because I know a lot of us are not here for that. We also have ostentation here. So card 2, and this is Taurus energy. Oops. Okay. There were other things I wanted to talk about overall before I get, so ostentation. So kind of something along the lines of like vulgar display of I think of overindulgence in luxurious things too. And, just somebody like really kind of flaunting power almost. I'm getting with the way it all is. Okay. And where it's lined up. Whoa, that one flipped out. And this one's secrets. So secrets are going to come out, and I think they're going to come out quickly. I think, that's what I'm getting with the energy. And this is going to be Scorpio energy. So that's connecting to Mercury. I'm not, sorry. Did I say, over here, that was Mercury. So yeah, Mercury. And then I did say Mars for coral there. And, Mars, fiery, like that could be interesting. Let's see what else. Anything else? And we have escape here, Pisces, card 12. Some of you may need to actually take a little escape from technology or from the news, the media. I know I have to do that myself. I also feel that helps me become more of a strong channel that's, not, because I step back from all this that's going on, when I do get intuitive messages about places and people and events, I tend to feel as though they're more, well, they're genuine, because they're I'm not like going one way or the other with anything. So I'm not, you know, tied in. I'm not watching the news, and I don't have my own. I'm really, my energy's not tied up in that already. So I think when our energy's already tied up in one way or another or something, um, it can kind of like make you kind of biased, right? That's why when I do to have done psychic readings for people, I don't want any information about the person because I don't want that to influence any messages I might get. And so that's just something, if you do step away and you allow that kind of silence and stillness to be there, you may find that you get messages that you can like rely on that really are more accurate. So we also have achievement here on the bottom of the deck, card 10, and this is a sun in Capricorn energy. So you may actually, because it's a 10, this could be, the end of a cycle, or yeah, I mean, like the culmination of all your hard work, paying off in some sort of way there. I'm going to turn that a bit so you can see a little more of the table. And since we've used sun deck, I do want to use some moon cards now. Moon Oracle here by the same people, Caroline Smith and John Astrup. You have, Hera. Okay, so Cancerian energy here. Okay. And I need to actually look that one up. I'm not quite sure who that is. I should know, I feel, but I can't know everything, right? So the Greek mythology, Hera was the queen of gods and goddesses of marriage, women, and childbirth. So she was the sister and wife of Zeus and the daughter of Titans Cronus and Rhea. Okay. All right, so think Empress, I guess. Kind of is giving me like Empress vibes here. And you have Venus. Oh my goodness. So this is like total Libra stuff, right? Empress, and then you have Venus, and like, the Empress in tarot is connected to the Taurus and Libra, and those are two signs, ruled by Venus. So the Empress card is Venus energy, Venusian energy, and then you have a Taurus coming through on that card. What else do we have? Negotiation. Okay, negotiation. So we may reach some sort of negotiation. You may reach some sort of negotiation in something that has been quarrelsome. Okay, it is falling under quarrel. Adaptability. That adaptability and quarrel, and then having the word negotiation. I mean, that completely makes sense. There are affairs of the heart that could come up this month for you. It is a very, Cancerians are, very like intuitive and very emotionally ruled. And yeah, it does make me think you could be getting clear on an emotional thing in some way, but you could feel your emotions and your intuition are very heightened, and this is coming through. I think with I feel like relationships, like it's going to be intense and it could be exciting, but it could also be very unpredictable this month. I do feel there's going to be sort of this need for like separation and what makes you happy, and also like that balance of wanting to be there for others or part of a community or a group. So I am kind of feeling that energy. I feel like it's important to, if you're interested in something and you want to learn something, now is a great time for that. You might find that you're able to do that more easily. In July, we have the two moons in July. Well, main moons. We have July 10th being the full moon in Capricorn, which is interesting because you just had 10. So maybe by July 10th, there could be some sort of big achievement for you, because this was also, you had sun in Capricorn here. So, and then, the Capricorn moon, I hadn't even thought of that till just now, is actually on July 10th. So that could be an important date for you. There could be just some sort of illumination here that comes in. And it could have something to do with, again, like kind of balancing things out with like home and work, or yeah, just needing like to be alone versus like you can get things done versus part of a group. So we do have a Mercury going into retrograde in Leo, and that's going to be July 17th. So you might want to, like, if you need to sign anything or agree to something or have big talks, you might want to do that before July 17th. Not that you can't get anything done during a Mercury retrograde, but and because that's going to go, the Mercury retrograde goes till August 12th. So, and these dates aren't always exact either, especially because we feel the energy, before and after anyway. So July 24th is the new moon in Leo, and that is going to be, I'm just going to say it could be explosive energy. Okay. So, and interestingly enough, now that I think about it, I mean, because that is late July. So again, there's just something here at late July. I just kind of want us to be sort of mindful of late July. And I'm also thinking too about like power outages too. So that's coming in. I just now just did hear hurricane too. So so just it could feel a little stormy during that. I don't know if it's going to be a little or a lot or what, but I just, again, not to make anybody scared, but I just want to kind of let people know so they can just be prepared about, you know, like what I'm feeling anyway as an intuitive. So again, take it or leave it, and always follow your intuition first and foremost. And then I do pull out, you know, challenge. So it's interesting because when I try to like downplay energy and like make it not so scary, the cards will then speak for themselves. So yeah, there's challenge. There's going to be some challenges this month, and it wouldn't really be fair if I just left that out and was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so great. And oh yeah, it's not going to be hard at all. Yeah, right. You know, there's a lot going on right now. So just kind of, you know, look, I'm doing the best I can to kind of, you know, give both angles here. We have the competitiveness here coming in. And I just feel as though you could find that somebody turns on somebody else in your life or on the grand stage. And a big secret comes out, and they're like fighting. It's all about wanting power. Okay. So there is something there coming in because of the cards I have here with negotiation, challenge, competitiveness, falling into a quarrel, ostentation, and and secrets. I mean, this is like, you know, that's not the greatest energy, and it is kind of more mid-month even. So I think maybe that first few days of July might be okay. I don't know, even could be, I don't know. Yeah. And then in the middle that's when things could become, I'm literally hearing, more turbulent. So things could start happening. But then on the bottom of the deck here, we do have compromise again. So I think some seeds will be planted towards some sort of negotiation, revolution. Oh my gosh. Resolution, I meant to say. Yikes. Okay. So that is what it is. That word came out when I was tuning into the energy post lunar eclipse time. This lunar eclipse, I think it was in Pisces or something in September. I started getting a lot of information about this upcoming year, and I mean, it was dark. It wasn't lovely most of the time. You know, there were some highlights for sure, as there is in life, but it came up is that this would be a very important year for us. And one of the words that did come up was revolutionary. And if you're wondering when that was before the election in the US. So for those of you who are interested in that sort of information as far as timeline, okay, I'm only mentioning it because of the timeline. Okay, and then we have Fortuna. Okay, so this is good. This is Jupiter, Sun, and Jupiter. And what's interesting is we had the the Cazimi and in Jupiter. Well, we actually had recently. We had the Sun this week. I mean, like, we're still in this energy mega, right? So we had the Sun, the Moon, and Jupiter, like all in the first few degrees or something. Like, it's just like almost perfect alignment. Maybe it was perfect. I don't know. But that's why things right now seem really magnified. So I'm not an astrologer. I'm not even going to pretend to be one on TV here. But there is something to it where everything can feel like bigger right now. Everything could be heightened right now. So that's why it's just important to remember that there's a lot going on, but there's always this like divine balance. I feel that eventually things do balance out. So we have, speaking of balance, we have 8 there, and we have, let's get 2 more of these. Impulse here. Be very careful about acting on impulse, unless it's about something like wanting to learn or something creative, or like saying, you know what, I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, explore this new art that I like or something. That's great. You know, if you want to join a group or something, that's good. Okay. And we also have a scepter here, card 14. And this kind of reminds me of it actually reminds me of like temperance and the high priestess energy here. And it's like, again, it's how you're using your power. So, and how you're using your energy is what I'm feeling. It's like you can, it's like what you think about, you bring about. That energy, of course, keeps coming up. So I am feeling that and hearing that as well. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, by the way, if you notice, I'm going to get into tarot now. I'll use the Dark Mansion Tarot, and that is by Taroteca Studio. I feel like this deck is really, it's speaking well. It's speaking a lot. It's this deck actually tuned in very well to the energy of this year, last year, and I mean all my decks are great. It's just this one, for whatever reason, I just feel it to be extremely honest, and it gets to the heart of the matter quickly. Let's put it that way. So, not that they don't, and it's all about how you program them, right? So, but I feel like this one, for whatever reason, let's just say I'm resonating with it. I hope you are too. Bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Actually, I didn't shuffle yet, but we have the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. So working really hard on something here, and I feel this is like also okay. So I'm just yeah, all right. I feel like they already have a plan set in motion that you might not know about yet, or we may not be aware of, or that's you. You have a plan, you're setting it in motion, and it's not really being revealed to anyone yet. So that's interesting enough. And actually, I did notice on this card here, this is actually Leo energy. You'll see right there. So maybe this is again like tied into late July of some kind, with this achievement and some sort of fortune type. It's connected to fortune overall. All right, so oh, I was going to say, sometimes I am going to turn off the comments, I think, because they're just, I'm getting a lot of comments right now about like people basically they're scams. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of comments like that, unfortunately. So if I turn the comments off, it's because I'm just trying to avoid all that. And it has nothing to do with you. I'm not trying to take away your voice or anything like that. I still, you know, appreciate you and everything, and I'm still fine. It's just I may need to turn them off sometimes, just for that reason. And also, you know, I'm just going to say, like, don't be surprised if some of us have technological issues because they're already happening. We've had some major solar flares, which I feel do affect those kind of things. Oh my goodness, we have some fire right here with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. I'm hearing secret revealed here. So I don't know if you're going to find out about if you've been giving to a situation that's not in your best interest or what's going on there. But there is something here about you taking action to like towards your own, creating your own abundance in life. Okay. That is coming in here with the Ace of Wands. Oh my goodness. And now you have the Ace of Pentacles. There it is. We've been getting a lot of triple aces in our readings, both here and on my second channel, Mystic Messages. You can find that information below, and that's where I read for all signs regularly. So you have, oh, good, Justice, Libra energy. There it is right there. This is good. Okay, so that is, again, the balance, like weighing things out. For the Ace of Pentacles, I didn't even talk about it yet. But that's that seed you want to plant, right? That's that, like, having an opportunity, seeing it, and being able to plant as a result of some opportunity. And it's like, again, what you want to grow and what you want to do and what you want to be and how you want things to go. Just remember, you still have more control than you realize, even if you may be feeling as though things are, you know, like out of hand, out of control. At certain times in your life, personally and on all levels. So let's see what else we have. Justice will be swift. We have Truth comes out here too. We're getting that energy. Even last November, I was picking up on that too. So we have something about, you know, cause and effect. Like things are, you know, this, you do this and this is what's going to happen kind of thing. And it's like kind of like a matter of fact as far as even karmic things. So we have the Star card. Yeah. And then healing begins. Okay. So there it is. The Star card, beautiful energy, an energy of hope, of promise, of keeping the faith, right? Again, look for signs of peace, connecting with cosmic harmony best you can. We have the number 12 could resonate somehow, or 1212. All right, so maybe look that up, what it means for you. That can be about manifesting your dreams too, this card and the number 1212. So on the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Swords. And this is about being led in a clear direction. Again, truth coming out sort of energy. And this is about discipline and strategic thought, balance. Okay, so it's very important that there's balance, whoever's in control, in which I'm going to tell you again, you are in control of creating that balance in your life. Okay, what else do we have? We have the Knight of Swords. So interesting because you had the Impulse card, or we had the Impulse card here, and now we have the Knight of Swords. And that is like, oh my gosh, let's not act on impulse here. And actually, it could be like, can we have some sort of a compromise with this compromise card here? And it has a 7 on it, which seven's that 7th month, July. So maybe there's, I don't know, hopefully there's some sort of could be resolution to a problem or something kind of, again, balancing out. Again, there was something caused something, and then there was like a justice coming in. My goodness. And you have the High Priestess. These cards are amazing. So you have you have a couple of aces, you have court cards, and you have 3 major arcana. You don't have any minor arcana except for this 8 of Pentacles. And I feel like you're working on something major, or, you know, we as a species right now are, you know, collectively, consciously working towards creating what we wish to see for ourselves, for the world, for whatever. But the High Priestess came in. Now here it is again. And you had the High Priestess come into your July reading in your 2025 forecasts with me. So this is, again, it's something about balancing things out. There could, you know, you could be feeling divisiveness, duality, that sort of thing. But again, it's like, remember, you are not what's happening around you. Okay, we are not the events that happen to us or that happen around us. You could always tap into your own sacred divinity at any time. Okay, you'll notice how calm this person is, and maybe you're researching even how to tap into your own intuition. Whoa, we have the King of Wands. Wow, this is incredible. King of Wands, very fiery energy. Oh, Leo energy. So again, towards the end of that month here, when Leo energy comes in, I mean, there could be some big action that's taking place in your life, or in any sense of the word, right? So this is a bold leader. This is someone courageous. So someone courageous may be stepping forward. It could be you. Maybe you're stepping forward. This is entrepreneurial energy, all right? This is an energy that is meant to motivate. And we have 4 of Wands. Celebration here. This is the 1111 card. So you have it next to the Justice card. You have it. So what's interesting is you have 1111 twice in the reading, because you have 2 aces, which are 1 and 1, right next to the Justice card, which is 11. So there you have 1 1, right? 11. And you have 1 1, which is 11. And now you have 1111 on this card. And the reason we call it the 1111 is because it has the 2 wands, 2 on each side. And so when I see that, it's like it is a card that kind of indicates divine intervention, okay, and talk to the divine. This is a sign of spiritual awakenings and you being drawn to higher vibrations, okay, 1111. Tapping into that inner harmony too, and the cosmic harmony. Something could be awakening within you. My goodness, Temperance. I keep saying my goodness because the cards we're getting, it's like it's going to be okay. It makes me think of, you know, Bob Marley and the Wailers, 3 Little Birds. You know, every little thing's going to be all right. Yeah, it's my favorite song actually, but I'm not going to sing right now. I know, please don't beg me. I won't. I'm not doing it right now. I joke because I slip into my little falsetto. It seems to always be readily available, and it's like it might hurt people's ears. Anyway, Temperance card here. Again, balance, patience, moderation. Keeping the calm, right? Keeping that peace within, and finding some sort of harmony, and having patience, balance, control. Yeah, it's going to be critical right now, and not to get swept up in what's going on around us, staying centered. So Queen of Pentacles. This keeps going on and on. This is incredible to me. The amount of court cards and major arcana cards, I've never seen a reading like this, ever. And I feel like this is coming at a perfect time when some of us really do need to be kind of reassured. Let's just face it, you know, we're going to be reassured that, yeah, okay, we're okay here. But this is someone who's very resourceful, a very nurturing energy. Please make time for self-care, getting out into nature and nurturing you. Oh my, I seriously can't believe this. Look at, and now you have the Hierophant. And you had the High Priestess too. Now I feel like, so this is Taurus energy too, and you had Pisces energy with the High Priestess. I haven't really been calling out signs because you know, it's gonna. We all have so many connections in the zodiac, but the Hierophant right on top of that star card, that's like double faith, like having faith even when it's really difficult. And some of you too, this could be practicing what you preach. Okay, so not just having this spiritual wisdom, but maybe you're actually implementing it. Maybe you yourself are feeling quite tested at this time. I know I personally am, and I'm having to really lean into my spirituality and make that my focus right now. And maybe you are as well. We have the Two of Swords. So this person taps into their intuition. When they don't, they regret it. That's what the Two of Swords is for this particular reading. Okay, so it's having to make a decision, but needing to get clear. And how are you going to get clear? Going within. The answers are not outside of us, okay? They're within you. We all have this divine intelligence. And there's the Queen of Swords. That's intelligence there. That's somebody who doesn't need to be pointed in the right direction. They already know. They know, like, when they arrive at to that conclusion on their own. This is somebody who is very like just not afraid to cut something loose if it's not working anymore. So somebody, again, just like that King of Swords, very decisive. This is somebody who very much values the truth. It's another card of balance, of authority, of being that own authority in your life. It is, in this deck, it's a card of transformation too, and it may not be easy, but it's necessary. Okay, so there is that energy coming in with that particular Queen of Swords. And you also have the Tower. We keep getting the Tower, you know, no one's surprised here. We keep getting Judgment and the Tower. We don't have Judgment yet, but hey, there's still time. What is this card? My finger is sticking out of my finger. Oh, the Lovers. Okay, so I love seeing actually the Lovers come out with the Tower, because it's like we kind of have, it's like choice and alignment is the Lovers, and then the Tower is like, you know, something being like, you know, something striking, something shocking, something that is, it's like things sometimes have to be broken down and turned upside down, and that full foundation gets wiped out so that we can start anew. Okay, just like that, the Star card, you know, that hope, that renewal, but the choice is ours, and how we respond and what we do with certain energies. Okay, I'm not saying everything's within our control. It's not. That's ridiculous. But what is in control is we can be in control of how we respond. And so I think July is going to heavily focus on all of this. You do not have the only minor arcana you have are Two of Wands and Four of Wands and Two of Swords. So the number 222 now is popping out to me, and I look at the bottom and you have 2222. So that's a sign of balance, harmony. So maintain your balance with positivity. Yes, definitely, you know, work with somebody, process how you're feeling, though. I'm not into that whole like you know, let's just, because we're spiritual, let's pretend everything's great. I'm not into that at all. This is a sign of expansion, card 222. I like to be realistic, okay? So your spirit, mind, and soul are growing, and the power resides within you, as I would say again. And then you have, I said 1212 could be coming up. There's 1212, sign of manifesting your dreams. Stay focused on your goals and dreams, okay, in July. The Lovers card, it's like similar to like, well, I don't even want to mention it in this reading. Okay, so anyway, the Lovers card is about you, what aligns for you, what your choice, right? So this is about also a trusted union, maybe a partnership. And again, it's about harmony. It's about you connecting to harmony. Remember the phrase they gave us, cosmic harmony. Okay, that's very important right now. And again, it was connected to dodecahedron. And as a matter of fact, this is so interesting. I actually, when I came to my office today, I brought the sacred geometry deck, as well as, I didn't even think of that. So let's look up dodecahedron. Oh my gosh, it didn't take me long at all. It's like right there. So card 22, all seeing and knowing. Okay, so if you don't know, dodecahedron is a 12-sided figure. Yeah, let me see here for 1 second. Yeah, because even though, yeah, okay, so dodecahedron, that would be all seeing and knowing. So this is about feeling spiritually stuck, maybe, but you know, feeling like, you know, abandoned by spirit even, but like you're not receiving the information you need intuitively. But this is about, it says it's a time to rebalance and recalibrate. Yeah. So see why there is a block. You know, do you not generally trust your intuition? But the dodecahedron has 12 faces, and it works with the element of ether or spirit. So this is, I thought it was so fascinating when I received dodecahedron. Like, who would have thought? I'm like, and I even knew how to spell it, like, intuitively. It was just so interesting to me. I'm like, dodecahedron. Yeah, well, okay. So anyway, this is about when it says Plato saw the shape used by God for arranging the constellations. So this is like very highly revered. Okay, this is like it's connected to Da Vinci's painting, The Vitruvian Man. I'm not saying that correctly, but anyway, this is connected to Herkimer diamond, solicite, any of the 12 synergy stones, moldavite, brookite, phenacite, Tibetan tektite, solicite, naturalite, herderite, satilo quartz, danburite, azul. Okay, tanzanite, petalite, and azeztulite. So I mean, all the lights. No, but I'm just telling you this because it's connected to really high vibrational stones. It's a very high vibrational number. That's why I said 12 could come up, because that's what we were that's what I got. And also 22, and you keep having a 22, 22, 222, and now you have like you had, two queens. No, you had two queens, you had two kings, you had the lovers, which is two, you had the high priestess, which is two. You have a lot of twos coming in, and let's look up two as well. For two, it's a sign of balance. So the 22, you're turning your dreams into reality. So you may find 12, 12, and any amount of like twos, and of course 11, 11, which is also two, and then two of the ones. So I'm like going here, like really, if you can feel my energy, it's like kind of pretty high vibrational right now as far as the intuitive downloads and things. So which excites me, by the way. So anything else? Let's see. Yeah, looking for signs in nature too, I think is going to be really important. Whenever I think of sacred geometry, of course, I think of nature. And so you may just want to be like tapping into that. But since I pulled this deck out, let's go ahead and get some cards when it comes to July. And if you're more curious about, money and love and all that, I do that in the weekly readings that I post over on my other channel on Fridays, and on this channel, I post them on Sundays, and they're in the morning, Eastern, East Coast time. And let's see, what do you have? 174, my body is safe and loved. So frequency 174, card 23, 174 hertz. This is my body is safe and loved. Look at that. 174. Oh, wow. I just saw 4747 on the timer. And so there's 74. Then I saw 4747. So fours and sevens could also be resonating right now. What else do you have? Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry I yelled into the mic. This is amazing. This is amazing. You have dodecahedron, card 22. Platonic solid, all seeing and knowing. Okay. You can't make this up. And what's interesting, I was just going to get two cards. There's that number 2 again. Right? And then here we have dodecahedron. Just read about it. Was talking about it, right? You can't make this up. If you don't feel we're connected, we are connected. We are connected to something much bigger and greater than anything that's going on here. We are connecting to ourselves, and let's choose how to use that. Okay, how to use that power to our advantage. Let's get some ocean cards and bird cards. Okay, some other like kind of themes for July. We already talked about kind of how to keep high vibing. Make time for the quiet for yourself. Definitely, you might want to not take on too much, okay? And be very mindful of where your energy is going. Eat good food, take care of yourself, eat healthy, take good care of yourself physically, mentally, on all levels, really. Also, of course, tuning into nature. Song could be important, just moving your body as well, the best you can. And also, what else do we talk about? Well, we talked about a lot. Okay, so celebration. So yeah, today is a new beginning, card 34. There we are. Yep, there's a new day dawning here. Okay, and then you have flexibility, embody the new, card 31. It's been a different reading than what I normally do, but I go with the energy, and the energy has changed. It has shifted. So all my monthly readings won't necessarily be like this, and unless I get positive feedback about it, then I'll be like, oh, okay, maybe I should do more of the like channeling and kind of doing that kind of thing, putting that into the readings as well. And I mean, I always channel, but this was different. It was more on like the grand stage, because I feel like a lot of people do want to know to some degree what I'm tuning into. And, so anyway, generally I do that during readings, but this was a little different because I actually did some automatic writing before, and have just been sharing what I'm getting as an intuitive. So we have Nest, not just while in the reading. So we have Nest here. It's a golden nest with full of light. I want you to see. It says, give space to your desires and visions. You are protected and looked after. So this is safety and security. Some of you may want to stay home. You may want to just kind of cozy down and cozy up and do what you can. I know in the Southern Hemisphere, it is winter after all. And then we have Canary here. So the color yellow is really coming through, right? So it's a joyfulness and positivity with Canary. You are a light in this world. Your voice wants to be listened to. Your voice wants to be listened to. There we are. And anything else? I love to get the animal cards. You already have your number cards. So let's go ahead and do this. I don't want to make this reading crazy long, right? It's already 50 something minutes, but let's see what we have for the collective here. What do we have? If you are interested in membership, $3.99 a month gets you bonus content, other perks. Please do subscribe and like. If you're 51 minutes into a reading like this, please do go ahead and hit that like button. It would help other people get the same, message. And I do try to have my messages. Yes, they're randomly specific, and yes, I will call stuff out as I see it. But generally, I try to keep them to be pretty uplifting, inspirational, and connecting us to, the positive side of things as much as possible. But again, I'm not going to just sugarcoat something and pretend that things aren't existing that are. So what do we have? But I hope to help you through what's going on to the best of my ability. I'm just learning as well, right? So Dear, uniqueness, card 25, heart chakra. You are perfect and beautiful just the way you are. Remember that. There's not just in July, beyond. Love and accept yourself fully. Don't be afraid to be different. I have to say, I'm going out on a limb here with this reading, because it is different than what I normally do. And I know in the past, if I've even hinted at anything, geopolitical or whatever, people are like, I don't want to hear that. And I'm not going to like live in a bubble and pretend it's not happening. But I want to help you through it. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I'm open to, constructive criticism, feedback in a positive way. Of course, like in a helpful way, not just mean stuff. I'm not into that. So anyway, you have card 37, owl, generator. There's that word generator again. So we are generators ourselves, okay? Spiritual generators, right? Third eye chakra. This is, what are you seeing in your mind's eye? Whatever you can imagine, you can create. Use the power of your inner vision wisely. So many messages about that in this reading. You tapping into your own divinity, okay? Your own intuitive abilities. You have moose, gravity, throat chakra, card 34. This just came up recently in a reading. You are a magnetic being. The energy you put out into the world gravitates back to you. So be what you wish to create. Another key theme in this reading. We have to be super mindful of our thoughts, things, actions, feelings, right? Be very careful right now, and who you're surrounding yourself with and what. Again, maybe we need to step back from the news. I myself have even thought maybe I just want to do a few videos in advance and then turn off my technology for a while just to experience what that's like. Maybe it would be quite enlightening. Interesting, when the devices go dark, there's a different kind of lighting up. It's enlightenment, maybe, perhaps. And you have Buffalo, fulfillment, card 2, Earth Star Chakra. You don't need to sacrifice joy and abundance in one area of your life to experience true fulfillment in another. Believe that you can have it all. Let's create our reality how we wish to see it. Snake, impulse, card 10, root chakra. Be still and alert. Allow opportunities to come to you instead of you chasing them. Once the right impulses arrive, act quickly without hesitating. So impulse does have a place in life. I mean, you know, animals act on impulse and for survival, and but it's like knowing exactly when to use it, right? It's not a bad thing to like be quick, right? But it's knowing, it's again knowing when to use it. And when we chase things, I do just want to say that's like, that kind of puts us into this energy of like desperation. And we don't want to be manifesting from a state of feeling desperate in that sort of scarcity mindset, right? So, yeah, that's just want to put that out there. So, card 24, Badger, feeling nature, solar plexus chakra, reconnect with nature, reconnect with yourself. What are you truly feeling deep inside? Feeling opens the doors to healing. That's right. We have to feel and heal in order to ascend, you know, in order to grow. However you want to look at it, spiritually or not, that's how real change happens. And I look at the timer and it's 5555. That's amazing. That is a sign of big change, big transformation. You have Scarab. Oh gosh, look at this. Soul Star Chakra, Chaos Magic, card 50. There is a lot of chaos, but there's a lot of magic in July. And that actually might be the title of this video, something along those lines, because what appears to be falling apart is actually falling in place. Bingo. Thank you, Britta Bowman, creator of this animal healing deck. Animal healing cards, yeah. Trust in divine order and timing. That is the main message here. Trust in divine order and timing. And maybe you are an all-seeing and all-knowing being with dodecahedron, and look at how they match. The purples. Maybe you're connecting with amethyst or other purple stones. I love that. Scarab beetle, that is a, you know, Phoenix rising. You also have, oh, you have wolf here, avatar, crown chakra, card 45. You are a divine being, so much more majestic than you could ever imagine. Embrace your true greatness. Your leadership power serves many. Oh, okay. So I don't recall putting the deck up right, but okay. So now we have blessings with sperm whale, card 36, throat chakra. Expect abundant blessings. Tell the universe what you desire and be open to receiving. Trust your prayers are being heard and answered. And that is, I think, our final card for this reading. I really do hope you enjoyed this. I'm wishing you all the very best and sending you good vibes there, my supporters. Thank you so much. And I appreciate all of you. And yeah, so here's to July. It'll be what it'll be. We'll make what we want out of it to some degree, right? So let's again embrace your true greatness and trust in divine order and timing. Okay, so again, what appears to be falling apart might actually just be falling into place. Thank you so much for being here.